You've read the chapters in the Essential Guide to Energy Healing on breathing, rooting, ocular divergence. You've practiced your Qigong exercise. You are now pretty well equipped to be able to feel that energy field. You may have been that before you started, and this will amplify what you've done. Now, as we get closer and closer to energy healing of another human being, we have to learn, how do we feel their energy? How do we phase lock our energy matrix to their energy matrix so that we can interact with it? We do that by learning to scan. We'll start off with an inanimate object and gradually work our way to the point of working on another human being. The simplest way that I've found is to work with a crystal. You've done your Qigong, you feel that energy between your hands, and now you take a crystal, usually a single one is best, single point, hold it in your right hand, and begin to circle counterclockwise back to yourself. Don't go back over it, and create basically a circle as you're going around. You move very slowly. I'll move at the speed you should be moving. Very slowly. And as the center of your palm crosses over the crystal, you may begin to feel a little bit of that same feeling that you had with your hands when you were feeling the bubble, and that's the idea. This hand is now, at that moment, you have that very strong connection that your body is used to from the Qigong. You come across and you feel it. And after you've done that 3 or 4 times, I want you to stop and hover over the center point of the crystal where you feel it most strongly. At that point, pay attention to the quality that you feel. Does it feel unpleasant? If it does, give it a name, give it a word, ask, what does that feel like? It feels like pins and needles, it feels sharp and painful, whatever it is. If it is, and it seems like it's giving off a painful or disturbing energy, make sure you cleanse the crystal by putting it in sunlight for a day or 2 on the windowsill and cleanse any energy that might be attached to it. If you feel pleasant, what does it feel like? Is it like a breeze? Is it expansive? Is it pushing your hand up? Is it drawing your hand in? The goal here is not what the particular crystal is. The goal here is to be able to define the feeling of it, so that when you start doing this and feeling chakras in human beings, you're able to isolate what the feeling is. You might want to try it as well with a multiple crystal with lots of little points. You'll have a very different feel to it. This amethyst has a whole bunch of points coming out of it. It's a section of a geode. As you come around, you do the same thing. You circle it 3, 4 times till you begin to get sensitive to it, and then you hover over the top and get a sense of the feeling. Try and define it. Try and be precise. When we train people in healing and they scan someone's chakras, we want to make sure that everybody in the room gets the same reading of highs and lows. Before we can begin to treat it, as it were, we need to be able to diagnose it. The diagnosis part starts with the scanning. Feel what you feel and practice as much as you possibly can.